How's your bottle half gone?
Well, I've already poured
Oh, okay.
for
I
this,
was like,
and
Brian, you weren't
but
supposed to drink out of this.
but because we got distracted and I wasn't able to warm up with my good old 1910 best
Yeah.
value in bourbon, I've already consumed a healthy amount of the sample.
Tonight, we are going to try something blind, at least for these two guys, and we're going to see if they agree that this is supposedly a really good bourbon or if this is something you should pass on. It
So we
is
already know
from,
TJ's opinion that it's a really great bourbon.
yeah, because I sent it. Or maybe I didn't, because this comes from
Do
what
you
would
have
be
it? You
considered,
have Hidden Barn.
yeah, I have. And this comes from what would be considered a craft distillery. So it is not
Uh,
one of the big boys,
Ooh,
which is going to make it much more fun. This is when TJ decides to venture out into the world of unknown. So let's see what we think. All right. So on the nose, I get like raisin, plum, and a little bit of chocolate.
yeah, I get some sweetness. I can go some plum. I do get it's like an astringent note.
Hmm.
It's like different from
stringent.
ethanol. Astringent, like
Gotcha.
chemical.
Interesting.
I mean, I just want to jump to the beautiful finish on this, but I'll try to like
Some of us are
simmer.
still sniffing it, Brian. We're still on the
You,
nose.
you know what? These videos will be 30 minutes long if we just let you like talk about the nose every time we get a
That's
sample
true.
The
here.
videos are 30 minutes long because of you, not not me.
Mom, dad, we're not fighting.
Yeah, it's called entertainment. It's called like descriptive finish versus like, hey, let me just sniff this all day long. I don't know. Although the nose is pleasant, I will give you that. Yeah, plum is a great description, boys. Well done.
Yes.
Lum, Bob.
And I do get that chocolate, but I feel like that chocolate comes on the back end of the palate. Oh, so nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
Can we
definitely
jump?
that.
Can we jump to the palate and get
Yes.
past this
Nobody's
odd
Go
drinking the
for it.
same thing as
obsession
me.
TJ has
This is
or
this
Chuck
is
has with dipping?
2411, right?
Yes, 2411.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that chocolate comes through on the finish, or sorry, on the palate in the finish.
I do see what you're saying, Chuck, that there is a note in there. I would say it's a grain ethanol note. Uh, Definitely because I can look at the bottle, drinks a lot hotter than it actually is.
Yeah, to me, it's different from like a classic ethanol note.
Yeah.
I do like the drying note. It reminds me of like literally the honey nut Cheerios when you just it's like the drying grain, but you get that little bit of honey sweet, which is kind of an interesting nostalgia there. Brian, you can kind of work your comments in with the rest of the team as we discuss. I think that's kind of normal. Maybe you forgot about this. Like that's how it works. Go ahead. You don't need
I'm
to
on
raise your
summer.
hand,
I'm
student.
on summer.
I don't
I'm
know.
on summer break. I forgot all the rules.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
got to reacclimate
Yeah.
to that. So proposal. This ethanol-ish grain note. Could I petition sour apple? I
Uh,
feel like I'm doing like a sour apple rather than like an ethanol-y grain.
like
Like
sour.
on the palate, like on the palate. Like I feel like I'm getting sour apple in
That doesn't describe what I'm tasting. I could also believe this is a 35-gallon barrel. Is that the middle, like a smaller
Yeah.
barrel? I also could believe this is a journeyman out of Michigan. Oh, you should be impressed, gentlemen.
there. Wow.
Oh, um, yeah, there you go.
Got it. Yeah. It is Journeyman Distilling Corset Whips and Whiskey. Uh at 118.8 proof. And no, Chuck did not know that's what it was. He guessed it on his own. So why did it make you think it was this?
Honestly, I've had Journeyman once or twice, but it's had that. I've had it from one other distillery where and they were short barrels, so I don't know if it's actually the short barrels or something else that coincided between those two, but that note kind of was consistent to me.
So it does not say if it was in smaller barrels, but it is 100% wheat whiskey, and it is at cask strength.
So, wheat whiskey.
Yeah.
Would not have thought that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chuck, did you know that TJ had the bottle somewhere?
Yeah, honestly, if you read our text message thread, he got the bottle maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
A month ago.
Yep. When I was up in
our text messages from yesterday.
No, I don't.
Good. Then we're on the same page.
Oh gosh. When I was up in Chicago, they had it just sitting on the shelf. It is never in Kentucky. If you know anything about the Ascot Awards and Fred Minnick, he is in love with this stuff. So I couldn't pass up a bottle. I very much enjoy this. I've been going to it a decent amount. But yeah, it's definitely not one for everyone either. But I will say, of the craft whiskeys and bourbons we've talked about, I'll take this over several we've tried. So, and it's
such as
Starlight, straight bourbon, and some others.
Well, this isn't a straight bourbon either. This is a wheat whiskey, right?
Yeah. Yes. But yeah. So, and I think I got it at $55. I'm not upset with that. So.
I think that's great value, is 55. And I don't think we did full justice to the finish on this. The finish lasts for a long time. The spices, I feel like on the finish, work really well together. And if you want to pour something where you're going to feel the Kentucky hug or the Michigan
mumbo jumbo.
If you want to be,
the Michigan
right here. This is the one. This is for you.
Yeah.
The old fire water. Like, if this is like, this puts hair on your chest.
No, it really does. But don't you find yourself going to the shelf though, wanting to pour that something that's going to put some hair on your chest? You're going to feel it.
No, I know. Maybe you, after a really hard day, you're like, yeah, I just want something to hit me harder than today did. Like, just seriously punch me in the face.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We need like a pull or something for that. Like, yes, every now and then I want a pour of whiskey that's going to like hit me harder than the day did. And I'm going to feel it. It's going to be warm. It's going to be enjoyable, but it's going to have some it's going to have a right hook to it. I want that sometimes. And if you do, this is great. And at $55, why not?
All right. So it sounds like Brian's a yes, I'm a yes, and Chuck.
I feel like, I don't know if Brian was actually a yes. Like, that feels like a non.
He's a yes. On that day that he needs kicked in the butt.
At 55, I feel like this is solid. I wouldn't be disappointed at 55.
I would pay $55 not to drink this again. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, literally. I think this is not good.
Hey,
I get some plum and raisin on the palate, but that astringent note, it's not the standard crafty. So it's not, because that's that like young doughy note. That's not this. It's like an astringent, like, I'm worried I'm going to go blind kind of a thing.
Wow. Well, that escalated quickly. This isn't like Appalachian, like backwoods mountains, like
I don't know,
rusty.
But Brian's used to in Missouri to put
at.
hair on the chest. Chuck's scared it's going to make him go blind.
But I would say this is consistent, like that doughy ethanol note.
No, I don't think it's doughy. TJ? I don't think that's right.
No, sorry. I said doughy. I meant grainy.
Grainy.
Like
I can give you grainy.
Yeah, grainy is one of them. Sorry. That grainy ethanol is something that TJ and I don't mind as much. And it is a It's pretty much a
And Fred
non-negotiable for
Minnick doesn't
Chuck.
mind as much. So it's like,
That
yeah,
is very true.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah.
French
It's a,
lick. If
but
you like that, that's great. If you like Hidden Barn, that's great. If you like,
now
this
let's
is right up
not.
your alley.
That's
No,
a little
there
going
is
a
a
little far.
difference. Yeah, there is a difference. Sure.
Throwing
So,
the
but anyway,
HB in there.
yeah. So if you don't mind a little ethanol and grain note in there, and you want to finish that you're gonna feel and have
If you
some
like
fun
being
with.
abused at the end of the workday, drink this. If whips and
We'll
chains are
see.
your thing, this is it.
I don't know how to feel about how we're ending this, but there you go.
We just
So,
gotta end this.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck's a definite no. Brian's got his weird, twisted way of justifying it. I just think it's new, different, and I enjoy anything that's different or new, as Chuck has brought up a ton. So let us know, have you tried it? Or what is your go-to craft distillery out of Michigan, right? Yeah, that's Michigan. So right now, from everything I see, they're kind of the leading group out of Michigan. So with that, cheers, and we'll see you next time.
Stay neat.
Power bourbon.